Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is game between JHova and Railgan on Orbital Shipyard. Yes, this is game 3 between these two players. Games 1 and 2 were a lot of fun. If you haven't watched them, I'll put a link here in the top to check out game number 1, which will link into game number 2. And yeah, please give them a try because holy smoke, some really good ZVT action there from these players in those previous 2 matches. I know one of the games was on Orbital Shipyard, but game 3 here is also on Orbital Shipyard. It's kind of an informal best of 3. This wasn't part of a tournament or anything, but this is GM level stuff. This is 2 amazingly well-talented StarCraft 2 players, and we'll see who can come out on top. Can Railgan win this thing 2-1, or does JHova take the series? We'll have to wait and see here. Railgan in the top side of the map, sporting the purple trunks. He is representing Rod G. And in the bottom side is the orange Terran player. I like this orange color. It's so smart. It stands out so well. It is JHova. Going for the refinery into a barracks, which means we're probably going to see a Reaper coming on out here just based on that timing. There goes the hatch first play from Railgan, choosing not to expand here first, but here. Although again, he does like taking a third hatch fairly soon, so at some point he'll have 3 hatches, 1, 2, and 3, and it won't really matter too much when he took his second base and where it was. But you know what? To his mind, it probably makes a lot of sense. I need to actually ask him about that and see what he thinks. The extractor coming up here. And it was before the spawning pool, so I think Railgan wants to have speed things out fairly quickly. Going to be a little bit aggressive. Does JHova go for that Reaper expand? The answer is going to be he has enough for it. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, there's the Reaper. He's saving up those minerals. It's over 300 or so to move on in to the command center. Where are you, drone? Where are you, SCV? There it is. SCV heading on out to get that expansion. Overlord's coming on down to do some scouting of their own. He's not doing any drone scouting, is Railgan. But the Overlord scouting is going to have to suffice. I see this a lot from professional Zerg players, just going Overlord scouts. When I play, it's a little bit too scary to do that. I like to drone scout, just make sure I know what's going on, just because there's some weird stuff on the ladder sometimes. I guess maybe at the GM, there's not as many proxies, not as many strange builds. You have to see what's happening. You can pretty much safely assume at this level the Terran's going to go for a Reaper expand, or let's go for some Marines with some Hellions mixed in there too. But at this point, the only thing that can get out here this early enough and across the map is going to be a Reaper, which is why you have 4 Lings, maybe 6, and a couple Queens as fast as you can, and you're going to go ahead and try to get speed, although you know what? Railgan is not getting speed. Did he forget? KD8 charge, whiff. Nothing much at all there. Reaper, don't get pinned into a corner. Pretty good micro there, getting out of there, taking good angles. No, he's staying on the creep though, taking shots, and actually warding them away with the KD8 charge. Well played indeed there by JHova. Is he going to move on into the natural? No, the Lings cut him off. The Lings cut him off with the angle. Another KD8 charge goes off. Reaper has not killed anything, but Reaper is not dead. So as long as Reaper is alive, that is a good thing. Factory is coming up for JHova while we're watching this. According to the production tab, Railgan is just getting Queens. Now he started to speed, and he's getting a lair, a 3-minute lair. That is an early one for you. Railgan feeling a little bit feisty today, are we? It's possible that he is. Overlord's in position to do some scouting. Maybe watch for any medevacs that are going to try to come up and try to kill his stuff. Getting early warning from these Overlords is so important. You have to watch the minimap, though. That's really something that is part of the deal. Starport being created. Factory, there we go. Almost landing in the right place to get that reactor. This time he is. The Reaper heading back on up to get some more damage. 2 Queens! Get out, Reaper! Yes. If there are 2 Queens, they outrange the Reaper enough and do enough damage, they can kill him very quickly. So that's why JHova said, you know what? Not going to risk this Reaper's life, although I don't know what else you do with a Reaper, honestly, after the early game. I've really never seen a single Reaper make a big difference in any circumstance once that early game is over, so it's almost like, go kill a couple drones, you have to suicide yourself to do it, so be it. I'm just not sure what purpose he can fulfill, unless there are some Ling drops or some attempts to get through the wall. Reapers are good at that, but I guess for now he's going to... Is he following that mule? He's following the mule. What is happening? JHova must have just clicked back inside his base and actually set that Reaper to follow a mule. That is so insane. Here come the Hellions trying to get creep tumors. No, they're on fire, but they are not dead. Queen stabbing on away. Get out of my house. Get off of my creep. Move, and they do. The Hellions oblige. Oh, Viking coming out first here for JHova. Spire on the way for Railgun. Early Spire, too. Is this like a 3-base Muta thing? It does have a 3rd hatch coming up. Does he have all 4 extractors? He does have all 4 extractors. This one only has 2 drones in it, though. The Spire is way back here. way back here. He does not want JHova scanning that or seeing it with any kind of Hellion pressure. We'll have to see if he can keep it secret or not. Will JHova know about these mutas, or will he completely miss them? Tune in next time to find out. And by next time, I mean in about like 3 minutes. Here come the Hellions. Are they interested in moving on to that creep? Not really. No, they're a little bit scary. Ah, the Reaper's mixed in though. The Reaper did come back. If there's an armory, these guys can turn into Hellbats, which makes them a little bit more efficient, a little bit tankier, but slower. But pretty darn good against Lings and even against Queens are those Hellbats. But I don't see an armory on the way. JHova moving into bio production. Stim, +1/+1 for those bio units. And 8 mutas on the way for Railgun. This group is going to die. I'm sorry, you guys. You're flirting with danger being on the edge of the creep as it is. But as soon as these mutas pop, you guys are toast. Does he know that? Oh, JHova. Nope, not running far enough. If he knew they were mutas, he would be gone. He would be home right now. Taking 6 extractors now. 5th and 6th popping up at his 3rd base. The Mutaflock looking a little bit scary, a little bit big, a little bit scary here at 5 minutes. The Lings trying to get a surround on these guys. The mutas don't want to reveal themselves, do they? They do. They're going to do it. Goodbye, Hellions. Good micro. And do they get all 4? They get all 4 Hellions. Wow. So here go the mutas flying across the map to try to kill stuff. Immediately, missile turrets are being built by JHova. An armory is about 50% complete there as well. +1/+1 continuing. Marines in production. 5 missile turrets now in production now for JHova. Hydralisk Den on the way for Railgun. These mutas are going to be as effective as they can be. The mutas, or the Marines, are going to try to kill them, but I'm not sure it's really going to work here. Is there? No turrets back in this area. Oh no, a couple drones or SCVs die there immediately. 3 SCVs die. Is there not a missile turret here either? No, there's not, JHova. Why not in your mineral lines? Why? Oh, some free mules up here too. There are missile turrets. They're just not exactly particularly well placed. Free SCV, free Marine. Ow, these are very, very effective Mutalisks. 13 SCVs have died thus far. Not a single Mutalisk has been lost. Railgun rushing to Lurker Tech next. What? So this is incredibly, incredibly aggressive from Railgun. Going 3 base, mutas, catching JHova off guard here. Is he continuing with a muta production? No, he's pretty much happy with the 8 that he has. Not planning on losing any of them, mind you, but he's not going to continue with that production. Baling Nest on the way. Again, that Lurker Den +1 flyer attack. More Hydras in production here too. JHova getting combat shield, getting as many Marines as he can, getting medevacs. That's pretty much a good standard answer to deal with these mutas. Also, you know what? Missile turrets that are maybe placed inside the mineral line instead of like out on the periphery here. I don't understand. Viking flying around does have a single kill, but I think that was the Overlord that he killed back up here in the early game. Here comes a push. JHova says, you know what? I can't really just sit in my base and try to defend against these mutas. Railgun's control maybe is a little bit too good. Yep. Goodbye, Marines. Gonna lose any mutas here at all? No, not at all. And gonna take down this command center too. Anything to save it? Anything to save it. Oh, actually, you know what? Yes. He was able to attack the 4th base, force the mutas back home. I think they're gonna be too late, though. I mean, the mutas probably should have stayed and finished off that command center rather than flying back up into the middle of the map doing nothing. Broodlings chase the army. They actually kill a Marine. They chase the army away and they kill a Marine. Broodlings can be more effective than you might expect, I have come to acknowledge. Creep spread continuing here for the Railgun. Not exceptionally exceptional, but he's been pretty much focusing on teching this entire time. Centrifugal hooks on the way for Railgun, increasing the speed of those Banelings. And there we go, more and more Banelings morphing in. This is like a Lurker, Hydra, Ling Bang, Muta type thing. It's I kind of like it. Kind of like it as far as strategies are concerned. Tries to scout, no, Marine dies. To the Glaive Worm. I like how the Glaive Worm makes things die like they're been bathed in acid, just like the Roach attack does. I guess similar physiology considering they're both Zerg. Abathur has really done his work well. Overseer, blorp. Thanks for playing, Overseer. No way, Jose. Thanks for playing Creep Tumor. Get on out of my house here, too. So JHova putting on some pressure. The Lurkers are burrowed. Oh, is he trying to bait the units in here? He's trying to bait the units in. Don't walk in. There are spines. Oh, JHova's reaction time. Too good. Too good. I don't think he lost any units to those Lurkers, but now he should be able to secure his 4th base, except there's a Widow Mine in the way. And what is JHova continuing to do here? Barracks. Barracks, barracks, barracks. This command center that should not exist. The should not exist command center is here. So many barracks and a Ghost Academy. Whoa, it's a bit of an early Ghost Academy. Big attack with Marines. They have +1/+1 combat shield and stim. They're trying to push on in. Lurkers from the high ground, though. Ooh, it's scary indeed, but both queens end up dying on the low ground. A push in here from the right side. Oh, pick up, run, pick up, run. This is why you get Mutas, to chase these guys down. No, landing on the high ground. So smart is JHova. Landing on the high ground because only the Mutas can attack here, and the Marines can handle those guys no problem. It's the Banelings and the Lurkers that are the big scare for this army, and they can't get through this debris. So they can't come up the ramp, and they are safe where they are. Widowmine shot. Boosh! Thank you for playing, Mr. Drone. The Widowmine gets a final kill before it dies. Some Vikings trying to take out some Overlords, or rather one Viking. The Mutas pop right on in, say, no, you know what? Leave our Overseer alone. Get out of there. Creep spread not really continuing out this direction. I'd like to see it connecting this base at the very least. He is kind of moving out this way, though, which I appreciate. These Widowmines, yep, Widowmines are set up. I mean, JHova's in a pretty good spot considering those Mutas took him completely by surprise. He's up 65 to 61 Harvesters. It's 175 to 94, sorry, 194 total supply. So he's a little bit behind. This army is big for Railgan. +1/+1 on those Lings, +1 flyer attack on the Mutas. The Lurk, no, big attack, no, taking down the forced, oh, the Morphing Hatchery does get canceled. Both Lurkers die, take a few units with them. But that is it. Another Lurker spining up here. Only one, though. And no, but the, nope, Command Center Planetary Fortress does get taken out here by some Lings and some Mutas. There are a couple missile turrets, but they are completely gone too. Goodbye, Planetary Fortress. Big attack inside the main base, though. Marines are killing everything here. Every single drone at this base is completely gone. Another attack in the main, going completely unopposed. Trying to run back home. Here is Railgan, trading one base for a hatchery, 2 hatcheries, and a ton of drones is not a good look at all. Can he get the Lurker Den? He gets the Lurker Den, picks up, boosts out. This attack is still alive. He's just killing everything that he can. Banelings finally crashing on in. Everything gets evaporated from this particular drop group. But these guys are still hanging. Hydra is trying to snipe this down by their lonesome. Don't unload here. No, JHova, no. What are you? Okay, it's completely gone. Thanks for playing. That's why you have Mutas. So it's 136 to 129 total supply. Again, did trade a command center here, but was able to kill one base. Was able to kill, what, 43 drones. 43 drones have been killed. Railgun has a big army, but he's down 20 Harvesters to JHova. Is he going to take, yep, he's going to replant his command center here, or actually land an orbital command in its place. So many Banelings full surround here. Every Marine and Marauder does get evaporated. Kabloop. Thanks for playing. The Banelings, are they going to finish? There's so many are getting canceled, though. The attack from Railgun now moving the Banelings on in, but pretty good focus firing from JHova. Still losing units. The Zerglings are fast. The Ghosts, oh, the Ghosts not able to do what they want to do, which is steady targeting, completely dead here, but they did thin out the ranks of Railgun quite a bit. Snipe being used on the Mutas. The range on that is pretty darn fantastic. I keep calling it snipe, but it's actually steady targeting. Here it is, 175 damage, aiming for 1.43 seconds. Does really, really well there. It actually does one-shot a Mutalisk, too. But meanwhile, this attack is continuing on from Railgun. Can he get the orbital command? The answer is yes. It explodes in a fiery fireball of death. Lurkers mixed in here, too, getting focused down. Lurker does end up dead. Muta's still alive. Hydra's still alive. Lings still alive. All that's left, though, here are the Mutas, and that's a very Marauder-heavy composition. Not so good against Mutas because they cannot shoot up. Railgun decides to hang on out and take down these barracks instead of anything else. No reason to go up that ramp, I'd have to say, but he really should take down this base. He needs to know about this. Does he know about it? He does. He does know about that orbital command. He's now sending some armies over to try to finish it on up. But yeah, it did actually kind of manage to even things out there. He did replant this base. This base is up and running. And the orbital command is lifted, but the Mutas are going to take that out. No problem whatsoever. 36, 34, 32. Quickly dropping Harvester count for JHova. 30 to 28 now. Railgun has thrown out the counter blow to the one that JHova dealt him just a couple of minutes ago, and now is basically on equal footing. Oh, the Lurker Spines. The Lurker Spines are so good against Bio. Widowmine getting taken down. Widowmine shot. Yeah, it does take out a couple Zerglings, and I think maybe a Hydra was mixed in there too, but he definitely has JHova on the back foot. If you were to ask me, and since you're watching this, I assume that you are, Spines, Ghosts, Mutas, just doing the dance. Pretty darn small armies right now. Lurker's trying to burrow, getting rid of that Widowmine before it can actually fire. Excellent play indeed. A little bit afraid to land this orbital command center. Is JHova. Snipes being used. Okay, steady targeting. I'm going to call them snipes because they are. They're non-instant snipes. They hit really hard. They ignore armor. They're really good against Ultras or Broodlords, and I guess obviously against Mutalisks here too. Oh, spines though. Look out, Ghost. Do not walk in there. +3 attack, +2 armor. Right now it is a +3, +2 on that infantry. And +1/+1 across the board here for Railgan, actually. Not really moving into the +3 or +2 category too much. Mutas are harassing in this area. Spines on the low ground, actually preventing anybody from walking on out here. The Mutas are just trying to take out SCVs and actually being fairly effective at it. Another steady targeting takes out yet another Muta, but he's really kept JHova pinned inside his base for quite a while now and does have these bases pretty darn well established. It is 35 to 24 total harvesters trying to deal with it. Landing on top of the lurkers, getting a full surround on them. So actually the spines can attack in any given direction, are spread out. And yes, every single lurker does get taken down fairly efficiently by JHova. I like that. These Mutas, though, are so darn annoying. Terran players, grind your teeth in frustration with me. Look at this. The Mutas fly right on in, say, we're going to take down the Marines guarding these SCVs. Every single SCV is going to die unless they run for their lives, and they are running. Meanwhile, an attack up here is unopposed as well. Another hatchery falls. Another hatchery falls. That's the third one that has been killed of Railguns. The Mutas trying to kill reinforcements that pop out, and actually it's a pretty good place to be. As it turns out, getting rid of this orbital command, the SCVs don't know where to go. They can't mine from here. He's going to lose this. He needs to try to repair it, and he is. He's coming in to try to go for the clutch repair, but actually drawing the ire of the Mutas in the meantime. Steady targeting takes out a Mutalisk. Is there another one coming up? No. As the Mutas fly on out. So, man, this has been a crazy war of attrition. Both players have killed so much stuff. A planetary fortress and 2 orbital commands have been killed in exchange for 3 hatcheries, which I guess if you're JHova, you're okay with. I mean, it's 14 to 34 harvesters, so that's not good. That final Muta attack really took down that worker count JHova has been relying on, but he does have mules. Mules are available to him. Railgan making sure this 4th base has not been retaken. He got another Widow Mine up here. He did. JHova, you're so sneaky. Got a Widow Mine up here. Did delay the 4th base just a little tiny bit. Another Widow Mine sitting here. I like the Widow Mine placements as the Mutas continuing to wreak havoc on these bases. Can he get more steady targeting? The Ghosts give up their lives, but I think they got 2 Mutas for it. Oh man, how many Ghosts have died? 9. 9 total Ghosts have been killed. Marines heading on up, and the Mutas trying to take them head on. I don't know if that's a great idea. How are these guys doing? Again, that +3 attack, really, really good against Mutalisks if you're Marines. The hatchery finally gets taken. I'm not sure what Railgun is waiting for. Maybe for minerals. He's a little bit mineral starved, as this is effectively his only mining base. He has some dwindling mineral patches here, and exactly 1 right here. So yeah, both players' income not really fantastic. It's actually physically 0 right now for JHova. He's trying to land this base. If he can land this base, he might be okay. The army's distracting Railgun from checking it and actually doing a good job of it. There are a few Banelings, a few Mutalisks mixed in here for Railgun, but he's actually in full retreat, losing Banelings as they are actually slower than stimmed Marines and Marauders, even with their speed upgrade. They're going to head on up. More Banelings morphing in. Railgun really betting the farm that these here particular Banelings are going to be effective. All right, going to take down this base once again. Is it going to happen? Railgun, yes, cancel on the hatch. Again, that's a 4th hatch kill for JHova. He is not going to die quietly. He has this base up and running. It is mining. That's exactly what he needs. The army isn't going to be killed, though. Railgun bringing some Banelings in from the right side, and Lings from the left side. Mutas up the middle. Can he get it? Yes, the Baneling hits are real right now. Crushing through. All that is left are a few Marauders, again, that cannot shoot up. The Mutas should be able to clean them up. No problem at all. The Mutas are going to try to kill these medevacs. Again, keeping that medevac count down is so important for you as Zerg, especially into that late game. And there we go. The Mutas all get cleaned up. No medevacs. The medevacs all get cleaned up. No medevacs at all on the field for JHova right now. Not a great feeling if you are a Terran player. Another attack from Marauders that were not cleaned up earlier, and now they are because they were very low on health. All right, so it is 14 to 37 total worker count. Railgun is definitely in the lead here, but he has this base up and running. He has a lot of production facilities. He has a lot of Marines as well. Resources lost 21,700 for JHova on the mineral count. 3,600 gas. Railgun has lost 17,900 minerals and 6,500 gas. 65 and 49 workers, respectively. Both players refusing to die here in Game 3. They really want this. They really want to take home the glory. There's a missile turret, but that is not enough for that many Mutas. They're going to go for the clutch repair, but no, the Mutas are going to take down the SCVs instead. What a smart play by Railgun. Every SCV is killed except for that one. We will name him Bob. He is brave. We're going to keep an eye on him for just a little bit. Will he live throughout this game? It's going to be close. He's the only SCV left. What? He's the only SCV left. Can he do this? A Hydralisk Den. Did he lose his Hydralisk Den earlier? He must have on that drop in his main base. No, Bob! No, Bob. Why? Bob is killed. Command Center is killed. JHova has nothing left, man. Was that his last? That was his last command center. I think he's going to be revealed here eventually. He's lifting buildings. He's going to start flying buildings out. JHova does not want to die to Railgun here. Here come the Lings. Here come the Banelings. Run! There's only one medevac. There's not enough room inside that medevac for everybody to live. And JHova's being revealed. Baneling hits everywhere, and that's it. A rage quit from JHova. Railgun's victorious. JHova's left the game, and Railgun takes the series 3 games. Nope. 2 games to 1. I apologize. This is a best of 3. So 2 games to 1. Very hard fought, though, if you do agree with me. I'd have to say those are some really, really, really tight games. All 3 of them. That is actually a pretty nice still of Baneling hits on top of Marines and Marauders. There's little globules of Baneling acid in the air. Little blood splatters everywhere. Zergling carcass flying south. There's a Zergling in there somewhere. Over there, too, but it's kind of hard to see through all the Baneling mist. Anyway, that's it. So that is it for our best of 3 series this week. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Some good back and forth, some really good games here from Railgun. Again, thanks for submitting those to me. Really fantastic guy. I really appreciate the support he's given to the channel. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And you take care of yourself.